Hey guys, it's Dr. Wander. So if you're watching this video, you've probably reached the end or are about to reach the end of the first, really the only non-customizable portion of your program. So today what I'm going to do is make a quick video which is going to go over what we call our day 22 visit. So on this visit we're going to start challenging your body with certain foods. So eggs, beef, tomato, and shellfish. Now, most people start with the eggs, but you don't have to. And what you're going to do is you're going to have each of these foods, so you're going to pick one by one. You're going to have the food for 3 days in a row, 2 meals of the day. And in this, the 2 meals, so a snack will count as a meal. But you don't want to do it 2 consecutive meals. So for example, you can have like an omelet for breakfast, but then you couldn't have eggs for the snack, but then you could have eggs again for lunch. And it doesn't have to be the main part of your meal. In other words, you can have an omelet for breakfast, and you could have like a hard-boiled egg in your salad for lunch. So it doesn't have to be the main part of your meal. When you do tomatoes, make sure you just do fresh tomato, so not sauce, not salsa, or not anything else with tomato, just the tomato. Shellfish each one has to be its own food. So if you're going to do shellfish, shrimp would be one food, lobster would be one food, clams, mussels, scallops, crab. I don't know if I'm missing any shellfish, but I think that's it. So each of those would be its own food. You don't have to try any of these foods. In other words, if you don't like it or you just don't eat them, then don't bother. But it is very important that you understand this concept, because when we add foods back into your diet, this is how we do it. So 3 days in a row, 2 meals of the day, but not consecutive meals. In addition, we're going to be giving you something called the Last Diet. We're going to give you this manual. This manual is like a reference manual, so you don't read it from front to back. What it does is you have different recipes. I'm not sure if this is going to show up on the film, but this is the table of contents, and you just scroll through, and if something looks good, then you can actually do that recipe. Now, one more thing I want to point out for the eggs. If we have gotten your saliva test back and it showed a reaction for eggs, we might have to split eggs into whites and yolks. And you're going to know what we're looking for is, if you actually take your blood sugar, we're looking for an increase in any of these foods. If you don't take your blood sugar, we're looking for any type of symptoms that occur. So maybe fatigue, dizzy, brain fog, your stomach hurts, flatulence, indigestion, heartburn, anything like that. Now some people say, well, I'm having those things anyway, it would be worse. Okay? Another thing to point out is, if that food is good, in other words, you don't have any problems with it for the 3 days, then you can put that in your repertoire and you can have as many as you want. Okay? Also, now in the back of your original document, you'll remember a sheet that says don't look past this page after day 21, before day 21. So the sheet, I'm going to open it up real quick. Maybe it won't be real quick, but I'm going to open it up. It looks like this. Now by the time you're watching this video, we might have edited this document a little, but this is what it looks like. So past here, you will see different things that you can possibly start eating now, and we might have already referenced this based on something specific going on in your case. I don't know. This is just a general visit, but you will you don't want to look at these things. Now you can, but when you add them, we're still going to do it in the same way. So 3 days in a row, 2 meals of the day, but not consecutive meals. Okay, we're also going to give you, in here should be another sort of reference point for some different recipes. So once we get to this point, there's about 6 or 7 different URLs, and we'll be adding to it all the time. When you go to those, it doesn't mean that each specific recipe, each specific URL, everything on that site is okay. What it does mean, though, is there can be some other